Hey,
Hey,
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. You look great. You look really good.
Thanks. Thank you.
Lockdown swag.
Hey, man. You know I got swag. I got looks for every occasion. So I'm
That
just
is
like
true.
killing it right now on the lockdown.
So the president is on at 7 p.m. I saw you tweeted earlier. I'm sure you know that by now, right?
You know what? I tweeted that and then came in through my eyebrows for this. So I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. So the president is on at 7 p.m. So literally before we're gonna finish this just before seven, then
And I'm
we'll hear
wearing
what the
two
president has to say.
watches. I'm wearing two watches. So we're not going to be late. Okay.
Most definitely. So how have you been doing? How have you been keeping busy? How are you feeling? 27 days in lockdown. Is it 27 or did you start earlier?
After the extension, I stopped counting. Like I was into
Mm,
it.
mm,
I was
mm.
doing it as an aesthetic for my Insta story, like day one. And I was
Uh-huh.
picking like the big
Uh-huh.
days. I did day one, day five, day seven, day
Uh-huh.
10. Do you know what I mean? Those
Uh-huh.
like meaningful days. But after it got extended, I was like, oh, we are stuck, guys. Let's just leave it alone.
Yeah. So what have you been doing during this time? How have you been spending your time?
I have been spending a lot of time in studio, which I've actually been quite grateful for because before the lockdown, I had really been struggling to just kind of quiet my mind to a place where I could just be
Mm,
totally focused on working on new music. So I'm glad I got my studio set up just in time. So I've been working on
that's good.
a whole lot of new tracks. Also, I've been making a lot of content. I've turned into a little producer, which is a bit fun. You
Oh,
know,
that's
I'm
good. That's
stepped
good.
into the world of content creators and influencers and all of those cool
Uh-huh.
people. And yeah, that has been a lot of fun too.
So that's cool. So in terms of, and I always
Oh,
ask
and
this
I'm
when I speak to everyone.
exercising. Lots and lots and lots of exercise.
Oh wow. I think you are one of the few who's still on that bandwagon. I tried it earlier, like that first week, second week, third week, I'm just like, If I exercise once a week, it's okay.
No, I was already
Yeah.
kind of into the swing of it before the lockdown started.
Uh-huh.
Also, I'm just like, when you see the results, you become obsessed. You're like, oh my gosh,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have a
hmm
six
hmm
pack. Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
So have you been using at home apps or YouTube? How have you been exercising? Like, or do you know the exercises you do off
No,
heart?
lots and lots of
Uh-huh.
Instagram workouts. I've been following like
Uh-huh.
pages on Instagram. Also, my followers are quite obsessed with helping me reach my goal to get a six pack. So many
Uh-huh.
different people have been like throwing advice at me. People have been telling me about Herbalife. People have been telling me about using cling wrap instead of a trainer, waist trainer. Just using different things around the house like pillows and tin food and water bottles and you know, flour sacks and washing powder and
hmm
yeah, like just lots of home workouts. Also, I've got like friends who I work out with online and we like to exchange,
Um,
workouts with each other. I like to work out with Zintle. There's another friend of mine, Tam Tam, who is helping us grow our glutes. Like the mission
awesome.
is get a six pack and grow the glutes. That's the mission.
Uh, then when lockdown is over, you can head to the beach. Head over to somewhere in the
Oh,
world.
we don't need the beach. We're gonna be punishing you guys at the spa. Don't worry. Just six pack out for no reason. Like, what's gonna happen?
And mentally, how have you been keeping your mental health in check? Because a lot of people are suffering from anxiety right now, anxiety and panic attacks. What have you been doing?
I am blessed to have always found myself in a very spiritual place. I love
Mm,
God.
mm,
Jesus is my
mm,
best friend.
uh,
So I always just kind of thrive in moments like this. Not that I like to struggle or be in situations where
mm,
I'm lost or whatever, but for me, there is a real sense of comfort in knowing that, okay, there's like nothing else I can do as a human. Like, I've tried everything
mm,
possible. Like, God, this is on you. As scary as that can be for a lot of people, for me, that actually makes me feel better because I know that God has got the best in store for me. Like,
yeah.
He can just
Mm,
do
mm,
anything that's amazing for me. So I've just kind of been just trying to stay positive, I'm
mm,
for me this is like a music break. Maybe like on day
yeah.
40 I'll be
Okay.
like, okay,
Mm.
like try to go out now. But I'm just embracing all the challenges that this time has brought. It's like really just bringing me closer to God.
Mm. So Anita, I'm just looking through before the comments go. So Anita is asking, where do you get those hats? I think it's probably 10 comments where people are asking about your hats.
Zinhle bought me this hat, guys, and I think she bought it for me because she was buying one for herself and she knew I was gonna steal it. But she bought me this one and a white one. If I'm wearing like a really nice bucket hat, no, Zinhle bought it for me.
And what's the secret to your friendship working? What do you think makes it work? And why do you think every girl or every person out there needs to have a person like that in their life? You and Zinhle.
Wow. I think it's always great to have a person alive who is super aspirational, who's super motivated, who's a very hard worker as well. Because I think we have a lot of friends who have a lot of dreams, but sometimes they don't
Mm,
work towards those dreams, you
that's
know?
true.
So
Mm.
she is really amazing in the sense that she's a super hard worker. She's really, really innovative. Um, and she's just like motivating, you know. A lot of the time we just
Mm,
have a lot of conversations about the future and like, oh, you should do this, you should try this, or
mm,
maybe you
mm,
should like be
mm,
like this. And you know,
mm.
like if she's buying you bucket hats, trust me, like the other conversations are really, really amazing. And it's just important to surround yourself with like-minded people
Yeah,
in whatever it is that you do. So if you are a mechanic, hang out with other
mm,
mechanics. If you're in the music
that's true.
industry, hang out with other people who are in the music industry, you know. I'm blessed to be best friends with the number one female DJ in Africa who's got like 16
Yeah.
years of experience in the music industry. And for me, as a young record label owner that's trying to build and develop herself as an artist, um, you can't buy that kind of
Mm,
advice, you know
mm,
what I mean?
mm,
And just the network that I have, it's not only with her, it's like with so many people in the industry.
yeah.
Like my
Mm,
network is it's insane. Like it's really, really
mm,
insane. And I can just draw so much information from so many people around me, and that's dope.
So talking about being an artist who's also a businesswoman because you own your own record label, how has that been like? How was the journey to setting up your own record label, and what are the ins and out of it so far?
Oh, you know what? In the beginning, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a boss. I'm gonna
Uh,
sign my own checks. Like I remember even
uh, uh,
like writing raps back then. That's all I cared about. Like I got people on my payroll, and I'm signing my
mm,
own checks, and I ain't splitting my checks with no one. Um,
mm,
and very, very quickly, the reality starts to hit you. It's like almost as quickly as you want to start a business, they instantly
mm,
are like, that's going to cost you money. And that's going to
yeah,
like, and once you've got the money together, it's like, okay, now you need six different names of your business that could potentially work. So you're constantly being challenged creatively and financially and emotionally and physically.
mm,
And that can be very draining, you know, it can be
mm,
very draining. And when you don't see results instantly, it can sometimes be frustrating. You know, and in the past, I've said that I've really glamorized independence because I'm like a
mm,
woman, you know, it's like that thing of
mm,
begazela,
mm, mm,
begazela.
mm, mm, mm,
Um, yeah, guys. So like being an independent artist is not easy at all. But
mm,
there's something really satisfying about knowing that you're setting yourself up for the future. You know, it's
yeah.
like, it's not instant gratification, but
Mm,
it's a delayed satisfaction. Like, I know that everything that I'm doing now is going to make sense in the next 5 to 10 years. And even if I look at the
mm,
last 5 to 10 years, if I wasn't an independent artist, like I would not be where I'm at right now, doing the things that I'm doing right
mm,
now. So, you're constantly living in the future, which can be a bit stressful, but
yeah.
it's also very, very exciting.
Mm. And in terms of music, your last album was in 2018, Victory, right? Tell us about new music. I know you got two new songs out. Um, tell us about any new music that you're working on and when we can expect the new album, perhaps. I mean, I know we're in lockdown, but you are working, sorry, on your music.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of new music is on the way. I'm actually just about to drop a brand new single on the 1st of May, which I'm very,
Oh
very
yeah.
excited about. You know, social media's been kind of buzzing about this song since I performed it last week on Castle Live and Locks. So I'm very excited about that song. It's produced by Zuchi Coke Dope, who's probably one of the most highly respected, you know, producers of our time, especially in South African hip hop. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then I also just put out like a couple of features. I did a song with a girl called Nels from Durban. Shout out to the Queen of the Coast. We did a song called Ola Eta Eta. It's called
Okay.
Triple H, but it's called Ola
Uh-huh.
Eta
Uh-huh.
Eta.
It's
And that's out right now. The music video's on TV. It's on YouTube. You guys should check it out. And I also did a song with a girl named BK, which is like
uh-huh.
one of the dopest, like, I can't wait to go to a wedding and perform this song. It's really, really fun. And that's also out on all digital stores.
Okay. So I can't find that particular song, Ola Eta Eta, on Spotify. Is it on Spotify? Because I was
I
looking
hope
through
it's
your
on
music just
Spotify.
before. I'll
It's on
double. Yeah.
Spotify.
Because I was looking through. So, and in terms of your television presenting, I mean, you were the first MTV-based female VJ. How has that journey been so far? And if you were to choose between rapping, music, and TV, would you ever drop one? I think you're going to say TV, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's what I think.
Okay. Do you watch TV?
Yes, I do.
What do you
Because
watch?
um, wow, what do I watch? I watch a lot. I stream a lot. And also I watch a lot of. I used to watch V Entertainment. I used to watch you guys a lot. Um, yeah. So I
You
stream
see,
a lot. A lot of series.
the problem there is they used to.
Ah,
They used to, you know what I mean? And I feel like
uh,
that's just
uh,
what's
uh,
happening so much in television. It's that used to, you know.
yes, yeah.
So if I really had to pick, honestly, I would pick music all day, every day. Not that I don't love television. I fell in love
Mm,
with the entertainment industry because of television. But I'm telling you, the day you write a song and somebody looks at
mm,
you and they're like, yo, I can totally relate to what you were saying. That feeling,
mm,
it's
yeah. Mm-hmm,
just like, it's like nothing else. Whereas I think television also, as much as I'm blessed that it comes naturally to me,
mm,
it was getting a bit too easy and a bit too stagnant. Like
mm,
when you go
mm,
from a
mm,
position of like standing in lines, almost screaming at the
yes.
top of your lungs, like, please pick me, I want this job,
Mm,
I'm
mm,
the best. And then they pick you and you get the job to a point where it's like, oh, this is easy, finesse, finesse,
mm,
finesse,
mm,
finesse.
mm,
You
mm,
definitely miss the challenge, you know, and music challenges me every single day. There's not one day where I
mm,
don't face a music challenge. And
mm.
I don't know, that I like that. That's kind of sexy for me.
It is. So, and in terms of collaborations, who are some of those artists you really would love to collaborate with?
Oh, there are so many. There are so many. And
Uh,
what's also so great about this time is that it's forcing a lot of artists to be a lot more vulnerable and show themselves in ways that
mm,
they haven't done it before, whether it's rappers doing freestyles or singers doing stripped down acoustic versions of their songs. You're really discovering artists in new and completely different ways. So there are a few. Ricky Rick is definitely somebody that I want to do a song with simply because I've got the perfect song to put him on. He's like
uh-huh,
at the top of my
uh-huh,
list. Um, Tubbsy as well. I'm really, really dying
mm,
to get out of lockdown so I can do something with her. Um, I'd like to do something with Solo as well, simply because the
mm-hmm,
music that I'm doing right now is taking a lot more hip hoppy, super rappy kind of a vibe. And
yes,
he's just
mm-hmm,
like my brother and a friend that I really respect on that level. So Solo too. But it's just like every day you're in studio, you're like, oh, this person would sound crazy on this song. And, you know,
mm-hmm,
that's just
mm.
how it happens.
And in terms of your opinion on hip hop in South Africa and female rappers, where do you think it's going? Do you think it's now getting to a point where you say you appreciate it more, or you feel like there's so much that still needs to be done? And also in terms of the audience as well.
You know, we're girls, we like attention, so we always just want more. Like, just give us attention. We love it. Give us all your attention. But yeah, I definitely think that we could always get a lot more love. You know, girls are really doing amazing things in this space. But for me, I'm excited that it's gone now beyond the conversation of just the female rappers, you know, because we have such incredible females that are contributing to the culture in different ways. We've got incredible writers. Our DJs are killing it. Like this week, I've become totally obsessed with Nikki Newlands. She's a female hip hop DJ who started these online, like Instagram live freestyles. So she'll pin a word to the bottom, and these two rappers got to come on and they freestyle to these words, which for me is like super entertaining because I love hip hop, but it's like educating as well, because as a female MC, like, yo, I'm trying to like do that, just get into the place and just fuck people up with the freestyles, you know? So I like that it's just opening up in so many different ways. It's no longer just about the female rapper. It's about just females in the space, what they're doing from eventing, from, you know, creating these concepts that we're all watching online. We've got magazine editors. It's just like a really dope time to be a female in this space.
Cool. And one thing that I saw in an interview, it says you like to eat leather. That's still true, or that habit has just gone away?
I haven't done that in a while. Like, I really haven't done that in a while. But just like the taste and the feeling, and I don't know, I just like it.
Is it from a long time, or is it just?
Do you know how I think it started? You know, when you're a baby and you're like just crying or making noise or whatever, and your parents always just give you the keys.
Yes.
I remember my mom had, like, you know, those when you go to the flea market in Durban or whatever, and you get those key holders, those leather ones with the Durban frames. My mom had one of those of her car keys. So I think that's where it started for me. I think. I don't know.
Cool. And what else do you still want to do in terms of with your career? Would you consider maybe getting into, someone was actually asking when I posted, would you consider getting into acting? Is that something you'd want to do?
I definitely would consider getting into acting. It's something that I am actually working on. I want to be honest, I've been to a couple of auditions. Clearly, I haven't been casted just yet, but it's something that I'm working on. Also, I want to respect the craft. The way I transitioned into music, I did it slow and gradually, and I really just wanted to learn the craft. So I think it needs to be the same with acting. But I've got to say, I think this time has also just taught us to be grateful for the present.
Yes,
the future is the future, yo.
And we don't know. We don't know what the future holds, actually.
We don't know what the future holds. God is also just such a funny guy. He'll be like, oh, look at you making all those plans. Not gonna make it. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just like embracing the now and what's happening right now. Hopefully my vessel will be empty enough to embrace whatever the future holds for me. But for me, it's just about surviving the Rona.
Cool. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. It's like by three. So I'm going to ask you three things. So you're going to just need to name the things as we wrap up, because we want to be on time. So
2 error watches. Don't worry, brother. We're not going to be late, eh?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So 3 things you would never leave the house without, and why?
3 things I'd never leave the house without. Wow, I'm also quite a clumsy and forgetful person, but I probably wouldn't leave the house without a little bit of Era on, because I just, beyond the fact that it's interest labeled, it's like the bomb.com, and I really love jewelry, as you can see. Like,
oh, wow.
I mean, I'm even wearing it on my nose. So a little bit of jewelry. I don't mind leaving my phone. My phone can stay. What else? Maybe some underwear. No, I'll leave the house without some underwear. I don't know. I'm one of those girls. Like, if you come and fetch me, like, friend, you get out. My son, there's one of them. Like.
So I'm surprised that you can leave your phone. So are you one of those people who would leave the phone for hours? So you're not addicted to your phone like most people? Because most people have that.
Do you know what? I'm one of those people who's like, I'm always on my phone, but I'm never like on my phone.
Mm-hmm,
Do you know those kind of
mm-hmm,
people? They
mm-hmm.
always have their phone in their hand, but like if you try to call them or text them, they just like not available.
Don't answer. Yeah.
I'm one of those people. Like, I don't know. Also, this is my phone. You're going to get me on
Mm,
my time. So I'm not attached to my phone at all. Maybe if anything, when I'm there, when I get to where I'm going, I'll be like, I wish I had my phone so we could take a picture. But like, oh, hi,
mm.
I'll call you later, friend.
So, Lindy, where Jube is asking, how has pageantry contributed to your brand, and what's the key ingredient to your longevity?
Ooh, pageantry. You know, a
Mm,
lot of people have a lot of funny things to say about pageants, but I've got to say that if it wasn't for pageants, I wouldn't have learned just the basics of keeping yourself together, especially like in a shoot environment. Back then, it
mm-hmm,
was always like a model bag or a pageant bag where you'd have to pack your hair stuff and your shoes and your whatever you would need to get through the pageants. Just it's taught me to be diligent in the packing of those things. Like even like
mm-hmm,
my stylist, the full night V Entertainment, she'll tell you like all the other presenters were just coming with like one pair of shoes. I've got like
mm-hmm,
six shoes, all my
mm-hmm,
jewelry, three different hair options. Like I'm coming with the just really keeping myself together. So definitely taught me that. And also just like respecting the power of presenting yourself. Because I think a lot of the time,
mm,
especially like very, very talented people, they like to almost feel as if you are overly put together, you trying to
mm.
do that as opposed to focusing on the craft. And it's like, nah,
Yeah.
you just get extra points for aesthetics. It's a fact of
Mm,
life. If somebody looks at you and you like are visually pleasing, you get 10 extra points. They take you more seriously. They're more likely to listen to you. They're more likely to believe what it is that you are saying. You know what I mean? So being in pageants definitely taught me that. It also taught me that looking good is not going to be enough because people are still going to
ah,
think you're stupid. You know what I mean?
ah,
Doesn't matter how
ah,
good you
ah,
look, there's still
ah,
some people
ah,
out there who
ah,
are going to think you are
ah.
stupid. So make sure that you have more than just what you look like. Back that up with something else.
Mm,
Um, and the secret to my longevity is
mm,
God's will. Because all
mm,
I wanted to do was be on your TV. And look where I am right now.
yeah.
So I don't know what the secret is. The secret is God's will.
Mm. And three people you call whenever you hear news, whether good or bad news, who are the three people you will call immediately?
Definitely Sbuda, who's my boyfriend and also my manager,
Mhm.
number one. Then I call my sister, number two, and beg her not to tell anybody, which she
Uh-huh.
never does. She's really the best. And then probably Zinke, yeah.
Mm. So, and how is it like to have your partner as a manager? I know a lot of people say working together as a couple can be difficult. For you, how have you guys managed to maneuver that?
You know, I always say that when couples work together, it's often out of necessity. Like the one
Mm,
person became a big superstar, so the other person had to quit their job to help them.
mm, mm,
Whereas with
mm,
me and Sbuda, that's not the case. He's always been an artist manager. He worked with AKA
mm,
before me. He's worked with Delays. He worked with Tear Gas. He's been in the industry for a very, very long time. And I've always been an artist. It's not like my boyfriend was a
mm,
manager and he needed an
mm,
artist, and I happened
mm,
to be
mm,
pretty and I
mm,
could rap, so I decided to be a
mm,
rapper.
mm,
So it's actually quite dope. Um, that our dreams are aligned. So if I
yeah,
win, he's winning as a manager, and if he
yeah.
wins as
Uh-huh.
if he has a win as a manager, I benefit as an artist. So
Mm,
when we win, we both win. It's like really dope. Like it's like super sexy as well. You know what I mean? It's
uh-huh.
like really really amazing. Also, it's just great to not have to explain every single moment of your day to somebody because
Ah,
they just know what's going
mm,
on. So I don't have to
yeah.
say to him like, "Oh, babe, I've got something at 10, so please don't call me," or like, "I'm
Uh-huh.
taking so long to get ready because it's this important," or "Just put up with my friends because there are these people." Or, like we just get each other.
Mm,
Like he gets
mm,
it, I get it, and it works. You know.
Cool, cool. And three of your favorite clothing items.
Three of my favorite clothing items.
Yes.
Clothing, nah. I was gonna say jewelry,
Uh,
but jewelry is not clothing. Okay. I
ah.
love Gucci socks. I think it's like a
Mm-hmm.
notorious BIG thing. Like,
Mm,
however, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Like,
mm, mm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Gucci socks are a thing. I love a good go-yard bag. Is clothes?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's accessories, nah. Well, I don't know. I would wear my go-yard
Yeah, yeah, but
bags.
it's
I
still
would wear
okay. It's
my
still okay.
go-yard bags. I love a good go-yard bag, and oh, it's a tough. I probably pick sunglasses before a hat. Actually, you gotta have
Is it?
fly shades, man. You have to have good sunglasses. Like, if your sunglasses suck, I can't take you seriously.
And someone who's this? Let me just see. Asked, how about your babshika style?
Oh,
That
babushka.
babushka style. Yes. Anita is asking that.
That was cool. It was fun. It was a mood.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep them now for my kids so that one day my kids can pull them out. But like I go
Uh-huh.
through stages. Like I really go through stages where I do something and it's hectic, like super, super hectic, and I go into it and then I'm like a little bit over it.
Uh,
I feel like this will probably be the perfect time to be wearing it now, but I did it and I did it well. Like I killed that swag. I don't care what people have to say.
ah.
I absolutely killed that swag.
And the three songs you will never get tired of listening to. What are the three songs you will like never get tired of listening to that you play over and over, and no matter what, they can get you in a great mood?
I never get tired of listening to Brenda Fassie Weekend Special. Like, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even mind if you played that at 2 o'clock at Sumo after a Young Thug song. Like, I wouldn't mind. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
love that
Uh-huh.
song. Um, I also really love Notorious B.I.G. Juicy.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I never get
Mm-hmm.
tired
Mm-hmm.
of hearing
Same
that
here.
song.
Mm-hmm.
And also Adele Hometown Glory, like the original one with the piano
Yes, yes,
introduction.
yes.
Wow, amazing. I love that song.
Yes, and in terms of who inspires your music, I know Brenda Fassie also is someone who inspired you, and people call you young Mabr.
Well, I started calling myself that, and then people were like, okay, girl. Well, first they were angry.
Uh,
They were like, who told you? And I said, that's facts. Miss J. Lele. And they were like, well, if that's the case, like, then you
we
are
agree.
young, you know? Um, but yeah, Brenda is definitely a huge, huge influence musically. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm listening to a lot of TKZ Halloween and
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, The Blueprint 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh wow.
those are the two projects that I'm listening to right now all the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also am listening to Elaine. I'm
Oh
not a
yeah,
singer
she's
or
pretty good.
anything, but she's
Uh-huh.
definitely inspiring a lot of melodies in me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, those are definitely very influential
What's
right now.
what's your favorite song from Elaine? I love Risky. Risky is just yeah, it's a lot.
Ooh, I would open the thing because Risky is the last one, né?
Yeah, he says enter with at your own risk.
Yes,
That
yes.
one. It's just like yeah.
I don't know. I'm just so punished by the writing, man. Like
You
to
know,
say I
it's
have a
really risky.
favorite would be really hard.
Absolutely.
The way
I
she
know,
just
I have risky.
articulates herself, I, she's too far. Yo,
Mm,
she's too
mm,
much.
absolutely. And oh yes, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Any
Somebody
superpower,
asked
pick
me
from
this.
anything.
Somebody asked me this the other day, and I was like, I never thought about it because I already think that I've got a superpower. I'm a female. That's a
Ah,
superpower.
it
That
is.
is
Yeah.
a superpower. But maybe at this time, flying would be really
Uh-huh.
dope because we
It would
can't
be.
travel right now. We can't do anything. So it would really just be dope to be able to fly around the world and just, see some of the sides quiet because everybody's at home. So can you imagine
Mm,
Eiffel Tower's quiet? Like, you know,
Mm.
Sydney is super quiet, Brazil is
Ah,
quiet. So that would be fun.
yeah. And Men's Too Wavy is asking, what defines you as a person?
Hmm. I think ultimately people are defined by their character, you know.
Mm, mm,
I'm not saying I'm the perfect human, but I think I'm a pretty good person. I'm a pretty
mm,
cool friend. I'm a hard worker. I pray. I'm in a
mm,
stable relationship. I pay
mm.
my taxes. Um, like you don't meet just chilled good people who don't have like hidden agendas and they just naturally got a
Mm,
chilled vibe. So I would say
mm,
my character definitely defines me.
mm. And three of your pet peeves.
Three of my pet peeves
Mm,
are don't be a hater. Like, don't you just hate a
mm,
hater? Like, there's one
mm.
thing to be like, okay, as you can see, I'm wearing this pink hat. I'm killing this pink hat. And let's say, for instance,
Yeah.
you are wearing a pink hat, and all of a
Mm,
sudden looking so good. I could just say to you, you know what? I think you should tilt it to the side a little bit. It could look better.
yeah.
That's not hating.
Uh,
You know, that's coming
mm-hmm.
from a place of I'm doing the same thing as you. Don't just tell me like you suck, your head. This is how it's done, nigga. Like, no, 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 no. I hate
Mm, mm,
haters. Like, I really, really, I
mm-hmm.
can't stand a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also can't stand like annoyingly pessimistic people. Life goes
Mm,
on.
mm,
Like everything is going to be
mm,
okay. Don't just highlight
mm,
problems for us.
mm, mm, mm,
Let's move
mm.
over this hill. Let's see what's going to be
Yes.
next. And
Yes.
then maybe on like a funny level, I really don't like denim boots. Like, you know, those
Uh-huh.
denim thigh-high boots that people wear? Those are
Yeah.
weird. I worn them once
So
at a photo shoot. They're weird. I
I
don't
was
like
about to
them.
ask that.
I don't like them.
So what did you say at the shoot? Actually, or you're like, okay, because we're trying to achieve the look, let's just do it.
Yeah, I'm really that person. You know, sometimes it is to my detriment, I will be honest. And also, I just know that I'm a fashion killer, so it's likely
Mm.
that it's going to look good. But
Uh,
personally, I just don't like it, you know? Yeah.
um, this, let me just get the name. I'm just looking for this question. Yeah, so it is we're speaking. Oh yes. NSP Bongo is asking the greatest challenge you've encountered.
At this current moment in my life, coronavirus.
Yeah.
Coronavirus stopped the whole world. Like, I've had things in my
Yes.
life that stopped my world that, like,
Uh-huh.
are a big deal to me. And then sometimes I get frustrated because people are just continuing with their lives. Like, there's been
Mm,
times where I
mm.
pick up the phone to call somebody and be like, oh my gosh, the world has stopped. And they'll say, sorry, I can't hear you. I'm just like, oh. The world hasn't stopped. The world hasn't
Yeah.
stopped.
Uh,
Coronavirus stopped the whole
oh wow.
world.
Mm, mm, mm.
Coronavirus uyanyisa sheba online.
Three achievements you're most proud of. Three of your achievements you're most proud of.
Um, winning the MTV Based VJ Search, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Starting my own record label, definitely. And
Mm-hmm.
winning Miss Benoni 2010, definitely.
Ah. And someone is asking here your skincare tips, three skincare tips that you can give to our viewers. How do you keep your skin looking this great?
Ooh. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've had really good skin since I was a kid. Right now, I'm going for like preventative measures to Dr. Barber
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetic. So I just do very light facials and peels. But generally speaking, guys, we are African. I don't care if you're black, white, colored, you are African. Your skin was designed for this sunshine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the sun will take care of your skin. I'm not saying go sit in the sun, but I'm just saying, like, connect yourself to the African earth. If you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. Like, just be natural. Don't bombard your skin with funny things and chemicals that you don't need and you're using because you heard it worked for your friend. Just be natural. Like, just keep it clean, keep it natural. Even use a young sunlight. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Also, just keep it clean. I use just Dove to wash my face. I use I nearly said this word wrong. Micellar water. Micellar water. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I know Nivea has one and Garnier also has one as a makeup remover. And then I just use E43. Growing up, I used a prescription aqueous cream that my mom would get for me, but obviously I moved out and then tree. So now I just use E43.
And lastly, what would you say is the one of the biggest misconceptions about you? You've been in the industry for a while, things that maybe, what would you say that is, if you know of any?
That I died in a car accident.
Did you expect that reaction though from the video? Like that was like a lot. That was yeah.
It was a lot. I don't think you ever expect 4 days of people wishing you would have actually died. That was really
That was
crazy.
yeah.
That was quite intense. But just in general, the uproar, the commotion, the feedback, like everything. We were prepared. We did some media training. You know, they flew somebody in, a specialist in from Cape Town who worked with me to make sure that I was prepared for questions from every angle. Made sure that I really understood throughout the process. I could have tapped out at any point because the campaign was like a month long. So we prepared it for like 3 months, and then we had the month before the accident. So there were plenty of opportunities for me to like pull out, and no, ultimately I'm really glad we did it. It said a lot more about South Africans and their attitude towards reckless driving than it did about me. I always say that.
So how do you come back from that? Like having people troll you that bad and still, how do you do that without attacking back and being ugly? Because I mean, I'm sure you know this. We've seen in some cases, media personalities like not you, but like yourself going back and forth with Twitter or social media. How did you make sure you don't do that? And also, how did you come back from that?
First things first, you put the phone down. You put the phone down and you don't read any of the comments. To be honest, most of the stuff that was said during that time, I hear from other people when we're laughing about it. Did you see that one comment where that person said that they should stick nails in your head? And then no, I didn't see that. But hey, so definitely don't plug into it. You know, I think that's a thing a lot of people do. They plug into negativity, and it's like, why do you do that to yourself? You literally hand over your happiness, you hand over your power, and I'm just not about that life. So definitely put the phone down. Secondly, breathe. Because the more you breathe, the calmer you feel, and the more you realize that life goes on. And then number 3, remember that you are a superstar and there's no such thing as bad publicity. And just keep it pushing, honey.
Cool. No, actually, I love that. I hope a lot of people will watch that part because I've seen quite a number of meltdowns. And it's like you said, please put the phone down.
You know what? Honestly, you can't help it. You're a human. I sometimes have it as well because it's not necessarily that you're that affected by what somebody had to say. Sometimes you just want to show them who's angjayel. I mean, I'm not your friend. You know what I mean? You just want to show them who's like you, I'm not your friend. But the best way to show them that they're not your friend, they're not your anything, is just to cut off the energy. Don't engage. Just imagine yourself being in the club. Like, would that person have even been able to get that close to you? Would they be in the section close enough to whisper in your ear that you suck? I hate you, you suck. Because if that was happening in real life, it wouldn't happen in real life.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
It's so important to remember that it's not real life.
Mm, mm. Cool. And lastly, your last word to our viewers. Yes, we are 20 minutes before the talk, so we can get prepared. Oh yes, 2 watches. So yeah, so your last word to the people who tuned in to watch this, all your fans and the Glamour viewers as well. What would you like to say, especially during this time?
First of all, stay home. Nobody wants to see you on the streets. Stay at home, okay? Stay at home.
Hmm, hmm.
And also just look after yourself, look after your body, look after your mind, look after your loved ones. And do a balance of learning something new in the lockdown and not forcing yourself to do anything that you wouldn't usually do. Don't add any
Hmm.
added pressure and stress on yourself. Also, know that we are going to get through this. Believe that we are going to
Yeah.
get through this. Meditate on the
Hmm.
fact that we are going to get through this. I think it all
Uh-huh.
starts in your head. Um, like it starts at the top, for me. One thing that I do,
Yes.
sometimes you can't always like light a candle and read
Hmm.
the Bible and
Hmm.
listen to a podcast. Some people just don't connect like that, but for me, I
Yeah.
just like to lie in my bed, and before I even open my eyes, just be like, damn, I'm alive.
Mm,
Thank you.
mm,
Thank you for this
mm,
day. Use me,
mm,
even in this
mm,
house. Use
mm,
me to bring glory to your
mm,
name.
mm, mm,
Like,
mm,
remove yourself out of wanting to get something out of it and just allow mankind, allow God, allow
mm,
everything that's happening to fuel you to be a greater
mm,
version of
mm.
yourself.
For your time. Totally appreciate this. And I've been seeing a lot of comments saying thank you, they love you, and people love you, and we appreciate your time. Oh yeah,
Because
no,
we've
I'm
seen
the
you here, we've seen you on the GQ one. You're like, who is this brother? Like, who's this guy?
no, so I'm the online editor for GQ and Glamour. So I'm head of digital at Condé Nast South Africa. So that's with GQ, Glamour, House and Garden. So I'm like online editor across the 3 brands. That's who I am.
Okay, we've seen you.
Thank you for
Shine.
seeing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, go watch
Cool,
the
cool.
president, eh? And then after
Oh yeah.
after we watch the president, please can everybody go to
DJ
DJ
says,
CJ's PJ party?
what time is that? At 8?
I think it's at 7, but we're gonna just go after the president, okay?
She,
But
she must
also, you
start
can
it at
get updates
7:30.
from the president online, guys. Like, it's 2020, we can catch the
Uh,
reruns of his speech. And you have to wear a white t-shirt, okay? Everybody has to wear a white t-shirt.
Moozlie, thank you so much, eh? Thank you, thank you.
Okay, it was so
Say
nice to
hi to
meet
Buddha as
you.
well. Nice
I
to meet
will
you
be
too.
downstairs playing PlayStation.
How I wish, but I don't have PlayStation here, so streaming, streaming,
Well,
streaming
he's
it is.
also not the editor of GQ and Glamour and
Uh,
all of those things.
cool, cool. Thank you, hey.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us.